Okay, I did my speech on the importance of a professional sharpen for figure skates. And the importance of skates being sharpened the right way is all about edges and how close the sharpen gets to the toe pick. And the reason I did this speech is because not many people know the importance of the professional sharpen. No one can really understand how it feels if you haven't had it. The reason you need to sharpen your skates is because your blades skate into the ice, not on top of it. That's why you have like a U like this. And it's important to have the right sharpen because if you don't, you could catch the wrong edge and it could throw off a lot of your spins and your jumps and you could get injured. Edges are very important and it all comes down to the blade. Okay, blades are made with 3 parts. There's a toe plate, heel plate, and the part that works on the ice is like this right here. And it's called the runner. And once assembled, figure skating blade is chrome plated, which just makes this shiny. The chrome is removed on the edges, and that's why you can't really see it, but there's a line right here where you can see where the sharpen was. And it's hardened so that the steel and not chrome is working on the surface, so like they scratch the chrome off when they sharpen it, and then the steel is this part. Figure skating blades are commonly 1/4 inch wide, right here. And blades also have different widths and radius, so like these, and sometimes these are shorter. And when they have a shorter shorter end of right here, it's called a dance blade, which is used for mostly ice dancing. And there's different parts to this blade. Like when you do a rocker, you want to stay on this part. When you're doing a jump, you use this part called the toe pick. And mostly everything you do is on this part of the blade. And you can feel it's got like a ball. The blade consists of edges, and the bottom of the blade isn't flat. You can't really tell, but it has a U. So it goes like this. And that's why you don't skate on top of the ice, you skate into it. And like this right here is called the inside edge because it's the inside of your foot. And this right here is the outside edge because it's on the outside of your foot. So the U. So you're like this. They are always used. Inside and outside edges are always used. You can't skate on this middle part because there's no way to get there. They're both used for specific reasons. When you go into a spin, you're on your inside edge, and then you switch to your outside edge. When you go for a jump, you're on your outside edge, and you switch to another inside edge. To make sure you're getting the correct edges, you should use professional sharpening. These blades were professionally sharpened because I don't like when I get my blades sharpened at hockey shops. The first thing the person does when they're sharpening their skates is the person will wear protective eyewear and a face mask. The next thing you need to do is figure out what radius you need so they can find the right tools. They mount the skate into a holder so the sharpener can use both hands like this. It's held. The process takes about 20 minutes for one pair. These blades are professionally sharpened. Professionally sharpened is done by hand instead of using a machine. Professionally sharpened is usually a little bit more expensive because it takes a little more technique than just throwing it onto a machine and going like this. With the professional sharpening, you know exactly what you're getting. If you take it to a local hockey shop, they might toss it in the goalie sharpener. And they don't always understand what the blade needs to look like because they're not used to sharpening figure skates. Non-professional doesn't close enough to the toe pick, or they make a divot right before the toe pick, which can throw off just about anything if you're not used to it being there. So the divot part is right here. And some skates it goes in, here's a toe pick, and it goes like this to your blade, and it should be flat. There should be no bump. In conclusion, professional sharpening is better than non-professional because it's just nicer and they make sure you get the correct edges all the time. Blades have specific edges that need to be there. All blades are different size but should be about 1/4 inch. I haven't seen very many skates that are thicker than this. The main reasoning to my speech is to inform everybody that there are specifics to blade sharpening and hockey skates and figure skates aren't the same. And they shouldn't be done by the same person because they aren't always, same types of blades. Are hard to know how to do them both perfect.